Sitting around the campfire singing songs of yore, playing till my fingers are sore 'cause they always want one more. Yeah, we're sitting around the campfire singing songs of yore, playing till my fingers are sore on the Campfire Troubadour. Well, a good day to you, fine gentlemen and ladies. Thank you for joining me today for a wee bit of singing. Now, they call me Two Wives, the Campfire Troubadour, singing songs of yore and songs about yore. Now, today I'll be singing a song called Twiddle. It's a bawdy little ditty written by a woman by the name of Janie Meneely. And she writes modern sea songs celebrating the maritime history, characters, and traditions of the Chesapeake Bay area. Oh, you hear a lot of stories about the sailors and their sport, about how every sailor has a girl in every port. But if you added 2 and 2, you'd figure out right quick that it's just because the girls all have a lad on every ship. Now when the boats all get to sailing and the men are off and gone, what about the women who are up and left alone? Well, do you think they sit and twiddle thumbs until their men come home? Well, there's other things to twiddle when a girl's left on her own. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. It's oftentimes a lass left lying in dismay. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. Well, there's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Well, I remember Nancy, she was young and she was gay, and she won the heart of Captain Dan until he sailed away. He left her high and dry with just a kiss upon the chin. But as his ship went sailing out, another ship sailed in. And then there was Lucinda Brown, as fair as any maid. Her true love went a-voyaging, a sailor man by trade. Oh, keep the fire burning, love, those are the words he spoke. So she found herself another man to keep that fire stoked. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. It's oftentimes a lass is left lying in dismay. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Lucky Annie was a lady who'd been pleased by many men. They all would sail away, but then they'd come right back again. But if they never sailed her way, she really didn't care, 'cause you know that she don't need a man to twiddle under there. Lucy Jeffers' man came back, and he knocked upon her door, and she was as glad to see him as she'd ever been before. He left her sleeping in the bed, but Lucy did not care, 'cause the poor guy in the closet sure could use a little air. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. It's It's oftentimes a lass is left lying in dismay. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. Well, there's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Now Sabre had her lovers, they came in at every door. You could even say that she was really quite a whore. But when she needs some pleasing, she knows just where to go. Well, she grabs her good friend Jenny Bly, and they go down below. Well, there was a time when Jenny, she found the sailor man aboard, and each new one was more tiresome than the one she'd had before. Well, now she finds more joy in breeches ever she did of old. She's more fond of their bulges when their pouch is full of gold. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. It's oftentimes a lass is left lying in dismay. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Why the boys would look at Nell, it puzzled poor John Locke. She would sit and smile and nod and let them brag and talk. But if they tried to touch her, well, she'd put them on the run. 'Cause why would she need a lover when she's got herself a gun? So the next time you're with a lady and she takes you to her bed, be sure to please her well and remember what I've said. For if you do not treat her right, then know that this is true. The ladies all can have their fun without involving you. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. It's oftentimes a lass is left lying in dismay. And it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Yes, it's twiddle-idee-idee-eye, twiddle-idee-ay. There's other things to twiddle when the men have sailed away. Well, thank you for joining me today for a wee bit of singing. I hope you enjoyed our time together today. And until we meet again, I remain your humble servant, Two Wives, the Campfire Troubadour.